Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm a PhD student at the University of the West of Scotland and a researcher at the Hamburg University of Applied Sciences, supervised by Susanne Draheim, Kai von Luck and Wang. In this study, we introduce a preliminary taxonomy to create atmospheric interfaces. Human activities change the Earth's atmosphere, and although we depend on the air's condition, we are not able to determine the air quality that surrounds us. Motivated to augment human perception, we contribute a preliminary taxonomy for atmospheric interfaces that aims to represent the state of the air in the physical world. We envision that rather than only collecting data, atmospheric interfaces can be integrated into our everyday lives. Atmospheric interfaces can become cultural artifacts, support personal healthcare, enable playful learning, and have the ability to control other systems in a computer environment. For example, garments that illuminate when the air quality is poor, or shape-changing columns that respond to CO2 levels are all potential applications. To create this taxonomy, we drew on the foundations of atmospheric research and HCI studies to provide an overview of different inputs and outputs that enable human atmospheric interaction. We restricted our analysis to HCI publications that involve the TEI conference, the CHI conference, the Tangible Media Group's project page, backward reference searching, and recommendations of relevant studies suggested by TEI community members. We manually examined studies that represent environmental data and analyzed input, output, and type of perception. We then surveyed studies that used the air as medium for interaction. Finally, we organized our findings into categories and major research streams. The center of the taxonomy defines the composition of the atmosphere near the Earth's surface, primary air pollutions, and elements of weather. To use atmospheric information as an input, users can work with environmental sensors, comma-separated values, or open API services. The outer ring presents various interface approaches. To create an atmospheric interface, users can build on basic research and gain inspiration for interpreting environmental data according to their preferred senses. Based on the experience that has been achieved in a prior pilot study focusing on particulate matter, we believe that the proposed taxonomy is a starting point to empower the creation of atmospheric interfaces within participatory workshops. We would use the taxonomy to introduce basic knowledge about the atmosphere and different interface approaches. Participants could then choose what information they like to measure and how they want to display this information in the physical world. After this introduction, the creative process then depends on difficulty level, budget, and time. For example, a one-day workshop could provide an output of a sketch or functional paper prototype. A half-year project with students could deliver more complex interfaces. To ground the preliminary taxonomy, future studies should address the following challenges. First, we invite discussions about the proposed taxonomy and looking forward to more related work. Second, we are currently investigating the interaction space of atmospheric interfaces. Finally, an evaluation of participatory workshops could provide promising results about participants' needs and the usage of the preliminary taxonomy. In summary, this work in progress introduced important steps for future research to perceive the state of the air in the physical environment, to mediate environmental issues, and to empower interdisciplinary knowledge transfer. Thank you.